They serve the front lines of healthcare, responding to accidents, emergencies, and more. And it's time that we give credit where credit is due to our EMTs and paramedics in the state of Connecticut. And joining me now to discuss EMS in Connecticut is paramedic, former state director of the Office of Emergency Medical Services and vice president of the Holdsworth Group, Len Gersha. Welcome here to CT Style.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
You have quite the rap sheet. I don't know who wrote that whole intro there for you, Lenny. Now, we know car accidents, we hear and see the lights and sirens, but what is EMS in Connecticut doing on a bigger scale in reaction to disasters?
Well, emergency medical services professionals, EMTs and paramedics, are working in concert with their colleagues in the fire service and law enforcement, hospitals and local health to prepare themselves on a daily basis through drills and training to be ready for the next emergency, not only on a large scale, but to take care of the day-to-day emergency calls, having car crashes, as you pointed out, or people having medical emergencies. So constant training and evaluation.
Speaking of training and evaluation and disasters, you recently had a mock disaster at the Durham Fairgrounds, and we went there to get some video. So if you could kind of walk us through what happened.
Yeah, there was the regional emergency planning team had a disaster exercise that we were involved with, and it was the replication of a fire and an explosion during the Durham Fair. And it trained and tested all of the emergency response capacity, not only from the town of Durham, but from the region. Other fire service, other emergency medical services, the state police came in and provided their assistance and expertise as a training opportunity in more of a live session rather than just in a classroom.
We have some more video here. What do you think is the biggest takeaway for the people that were involved?
The biggest takeaway from the people that were involved in the exercise was coordination amongst the responders. Dealing with non-traditional responders. We had the American Red Cross there was doing some behavioral health. The Durham Animal Response Team came and rescued a mock horse during the emergency.
Right there, yeah.
So there are lots of preparedness groups that have developed outside of EMS. After 9/11, the disaster response team for the animals is one. And training and being prepared and working with your colleagues are the most important messages.
Now, Lenny, what is the state actually doing? Because you're the former director of the EMS section. So what are they doing now to sort of move things forward and improve the efficiency of EMS in Connecticut?
The state office continues, as it always has, in developing training programs and curriculum to bring new EMS professionals into the vocation. It's also the forefront of creating and planning drills and exercises like the Durham exercise to make sure that people can practice what they learn and to be ready for every emergency. And as recently as the H1N1 scare, to prepare EMS professionals when they're working in their non-traditional role. And the role of EMS has changed over the years, including helping at staffing at clinics and other things that might happen, distribution of medications should we need those in an outbreak.
And of course, there is a need for EMTs and paramedics here in the state, right?
Absolutely, there's always a need, yeah.
All right, and where can people find more information about that? Do they contact Lenny Gersha? Or
well, they could contact me, of course, but they could go to the state OEMS website, ct.gov, or they can go to their local EMS ambulance corps in their community and volunteer. Even if they don't want to go to crashes or deal with sick people, they can always be part of the volunteer crew that helps in other areas. If you're an accountant, if you have background in communications, you can work with them on that.
All right, very good. Lenny, thank you so much for joining us here today on CT Style. For more info on Lenny, check out holdsworth.com. And Teresa,